Hello and welcome to Travel Market Life. I'm Ryan Haynes, I'm your host, and we're going to be talking to people across the industry to find out how they're preparing for the rebound, as we're meant to call it, and how we can make sure that we've got our business in order, especially while some of us are still in lockdown. Today, we're going to be talking about digital performance. We're going to be joined by Angelene Bungay, Partnership and Development Manager at Profitroom, which is a booking engine and digital services provider for hotels with over 3,500 properties worldwide. This company is growing with an increasing presence in both the UK, DACH, and is moving over into Bali. Hello there, Angelene. How are things going for yourself?
Hi, I'm good, thank you, Ryan.
Excellent. I mean, what a mad few weeks. Most of your team are both based in Poland. How has that been able to go as you start to build your presence in the UK? Because you've just done some sponsoring of Boutique Hotelier Awards as well. So you're on a mission.
We are definitely on a mission. Profitroom has been so successful in its domestic location in Poland, having over 80% of the market, that it has secured a significant investment to take us global. We already had a few dotted around clients using some resellers. However, now we will be heavily targeting the UK, which is a responsibility of one of my colleagues, Samantha Williams. And for myself, I'm looking at the rest of the world.
Excellent. And I mean, you know, this is a time really when digital comes first. And this is a moment when hotels really need to up their ante. And in particular, the way that they engage with the market. The last crisis, the recession, OTAs definitely took a great share of the market at that point. They were an opportunity for hotels to be able to find bookings. Are we going to see this all change?
Potentially. It's one of the most interesting things that's coming out of the crisis at the moment. First off, it was all the bad press in the early days that the OTAs were gathering for not helping the customers refund. And then the big news yesterday with Hungary fining Booking.com £6.1 million for unfair practices. And that's including misleading advertisements and psychological pressure on customers, forcing them to book through themselves instead of them allowing to choose another angle. Giving the impression that booking through themselves is safer than booking through the hotel direct. This could really be that one big changing point. There's obviously going to be other changes, and everybody's talking about it. More cleanliness in the hotels, publishing cleaning schedules, sanitizing stations, spaced out restaurants. You know, that could all come, and it will start to disperse. You know, we will slowly go back to normal. It will take maybe a couple of years, but we'll get there. This change to the OTAs could be huge.
And I mean, they've really invented the way in which e-commerce is done, especially in travel, right? I mean, they've brought out so many different inventions. They've taken on a lot of new innovations, done a lot of acquisitions over the last 10 or 15 years to really put them at the forefront. But a lot of the technologies, a lot of the tools that they're using are now widely available to independent hoteliers. So actually hoteliers now have the capability to compete on the local level or within the market that they cater to.
Yeah, certainly. And local's the key word there. You know, one of the other things that's come out of the crisis is that shop local, support your independent businesses. And we know there's going to be a huge domestic boom. I'm sure we'll come on to the survey results shortly, but I think the whole consumer knowledge will be, or a feeling is that I need to support the business, not support an online platform, so to speak. So, you know, why don't I go to that direct booking channel?
Yeah, because one of our last episodes, we spoke to Danny Wayne from the Holiday Homes division, looking at holiday rentals at the HHD. And you know, what he was saying is that, you know, they really have to look at regionalizing all their campaigns and all their sales. And certainly with conversations that I've had with people in Poland or even Spain, you know, we're not looking at the borders opening anytime in the next few months. And as you say, staycations are going to be a big thing. Now, you did some research into the Polish consumer market to understand what their current sentiment is, right?
Yeah, so because we have a CRM capacity that goes along with the booking engine, we were able to send a survey out to 10,000 customers or guests that had previously stayed. And, you know, Profitroom have 80% of the market. So it's a big, wide scope. And we had a huge response to that survey. 80% of the people surveyed said that they would still intended on going on holiday this year. 90% of those were going to be, sorry, go back. 80% said they would still be going on holiday. 73% of that 80% said that they would be traveling within their own country, and 75% of that whole total have still not booked yet.
So there's so much opportunity there for the taking.
Yeah, and that's just from the people that opened their emails and completed the survey. So you think of the other millions of people out there, you apply the same sort of dimensions and percentages, there is going to be a huge boom domestically.
Yeah, and this is some of the trends that we've definitely seen. And, you know, this is potentially as well, it's where, you know, local becomes the new thing, and it's going to have to be for a while. It's going to have to be that new normal. And, you know, going for these large OTAs with that global reach is not going to help you at this point in time. It's really looking at, you know, how can you bring that business in? And, you know, especially even looking and working with your own local community is going to be essential. You know, maybe how likely is it you're going to be able to get people visiting your hotel who might only live 50 miles, 100 miles away, but you know what? They want to escape their apartments. They want to escape their houses. And also, how can you work with other businesses in the local area to do partnerships, either to source new different types of product, different types of food, drinks, beverages, experiences? All of these things will help the whole community be able to rise up again and rebound. And I think that's also one of the sentiments for that staycation, right? Is that consumers want to reinvest and put their money into their own countries.
Yeah, exactly. And it will be so experience led. We did a webinar on it a couple of weeks ago, where you think of what a normal person would or say, if someone was booking their 2-week holiday, they might be booking 2 weeks in Spain in an all-inclusive resort. So they're now going to spend that money in the UK. Taking the UK, for example, they are going to want an experience. They're not going to want just 2 weeks in a hotel that doesn't provide anything. You know, what else can you provide? And there is so many local businesses and attractions that hotels can partner with. You know, we have the real ale boom with so many breweries. You could offer tour tickets. I've seen a really good package put together for that. One of the other things that we saw is, you know, alternative afternoon teas, something that can stand out. I've been trying to book one for my husband for his birthday, for a voucher to take him for an alternate, you know, like a men's, as they would call it, afternoon tea. So you get real ale and pork pies and instead of cakes and sandwiches. I can't find one. I cannot find a voucher online to buy one coming up for his birthday. And I just think, if I want to do that, then there's going to be hundreds, thousands of other people out there that are looking to do that. You know, people are having birthdays in lockdown, and people want to buy experiences for that when they come out. Whether that's an overnight stay or not, you know, you have huge opportunity. And going back to more local produce.
Yeah, I mean, I was just talking to one of my girlfriends the other day, and the one thing she is dreaming of is a spa day.
Yes.
Yeah, she wants a massage. She wants her nails done. She wants her hair done. She wants to lie in a sauna all day. And actually, you know, there's going to be issues around that because we don't know even when barbers might even be allowed to reopen due to the proximity that you have to be to these people. But it is a matter that these are the opportunities that hotels have available to them if they can actually find the way to provide those services. And there are so many companies locally that if you don't offer a spa in your hotel, probably won't take long for you to be able to find someone who is willing to come to your hotel and deliver those services, right?
Yeah. And why not sell it now? Sell it now with a refund. So I booked a hotel yesterday for November for an annual girls trip. It was a Hilton in Chester, and they've got a separate spa. I could not book the spa treatment without paying for it. So I could book the hotel on a flexible package, but I could not book any of the spa treatments with, and so surely that's changing. So surely our experiences now should also be rechargeable. We might have a second wave in November and be in lockdown again. I'm not going to spend £200-300 on a couple of spa day packages for me and my girlfriend if I can't get it refunded. There was no notice on the website to say that you could get it refunded. There was no notice of anything. Whereas the hotel, which is run separately, was any bookings before the 30th of June can be cancelled up to 24 hours before arrival. So that gave me the confidence to book. I want to go. It's an annual trip that we do. I was confident to book the hotel, but not confident to book the experiences.
Yeah, because I think often, sometimes what we forget is that we too are consumers. We are travelers. We are guests. All of us who work in the travel industry, we do it partly because it's a job. We do it partly because we got passion, and then we got partly because, well, this is what we do. We all have these experiences. So what are the experiences that we're expecting, and what are the frustrations that are putting us off from making those bookings? And it's certainly interesting, the way that some people have been approaching the market. There's a new website called supporthospitality.co.uk where hotels can offer vouchers, and people can book those and at least start getting some of those bookings in. And as you say, information is really important. You've got to be incredibly clear at this point in time. What is your cancellation policy, and how are you engaging with your guests in regards to COVID-19 and the impact it's going to have on their potential future bookings that they might be making? And as you say, if you don't see that information, how do you know, where's that confidence of being able to book?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, you actually have a COVID information hub on your website with a live dashboard, right? That looks at what's happening in the marketplace.
Yeah, so that is providing live search data from our booking engine and our websites. So it tracks the dates people are searching for, the dates that people are booking, and the interaction. And we've been seeing a steady incline for the past 2 weeks.
Right. Okay. And that's because I guess the market isn't being massaged in any way. It's almost like, oh, okay, nothing's happening, let's just stand back. But that's not really the way to do it, surely.
No. And people are starting to search. People are starting to get hungry for that travel. They're starting to get the confidence. They're seeing countries start to open up. And the most upsetting thing for me is searching across our properties globally is that they seem to have just closed till Christmas and sent people home. And that's just, maybe that was the right thing to do when we first went into lockdown, but now we need to be up and open and selling. There will be the biggest boom when we know that when hotels open, where every single hotel will be pushing out emails saying, we're open, come and stay. You could be getting ahead of that game now. If your revenue manager's on furlough, get them back off furlough. If you can't get them off furlough, the person that's looking after your hotel, do they know how to open the hotel back up, put packages on their website? If they don't, I'm pretty sure that your technology provider is offering free online training services. I've seen lots across the board. Profitroom certainly are. We have an e-learning platform, which we've made sure is up to date. It's all out there, even with the new functionality that we've just released, which means that a guest can turn a cancellation into a voucher. So we got that out really quick. So if they go on to try and cancel their booking, it says, how about a voucher to come and stay in the future instead?
Yeah, I mean, there's been so many developments, so many tech companies really seeing what they can do and what help they can provide to the industry right now. And there are so many free tools, even if it's just for a limited period, but and training programs and
Yeah,
insightful sort of documents to help you plan and prepare for this rebound. And the more that you can actually make sure that your team are prepared and yourself are prepared, and to read up on the ways in which you can make your property, or it doesn't matter, any travel product, available digitally, and make the processes to booking as easy as possible, and
yeah,
that the process is very clear and that it's transparent, and that's going to bring the confidence back with the consumers. And you talked about packages and these experiences, and it's about looking at the hotel and looking at how you can restructure the way that you deliver your service, or deliver your product. It might not
yeah,
just be about the hotel room and then a series of additional or add-on products. Hotels can look at how they can provide very either simple products or very comprehensive experiences at this time. Um, is there any particular tools that you think hotels should be particularly exploring at this point in time to really take on the OTAs and to drive direct bookings?
there is obviously a few in the market. Obviously, you have Book Boost, which can capture your telephone numbers of your guests in various different manners, and receive them in, and then be able to directly message those guests in case they have come in via an OTA, which is very good. Obviously, with the Profitroom services, we have all the integrated SEO, or the tag manager. You have your trip teasers and your hotel network that can certainly give the guest the confidence that they are getting the best deal.
And I guess it's worth as well looking at a CRM, right? To make sure that you're able
Yeah.
to engage with guests on a more personal level, because this is what people are expecting right now. And if they've made a booking, they want to hear about their booking. They don't want to hear about everybody else's bookings if they haven't booked. So when you send information, that information has to be relevant, doesn't it? Because they're just being inundated right now.
Yeah, yeah, they are. I mean, I must admit, I'm completely fed up with the emails that I'm receiving. So exploiting other forms of contact like WhatsApp could be appealing. You know, it's every day I get an email from Sainsbury's, I get an email from Shropshire Council, I get Tesco's, Boots, everyone telling me about what they're doing. They get, with the virus, and it's just, oh, not another one. But, you could still get a message across there using your CRM systems. Yes, you should be making sure that it's up to date. Is sending a message saying, hey, we're open. One of our biggest bugbears at Profitroom at the moment is so many websites that we've seen of hotels that say, we are closed. You're not closed. You are temporarily closed for this short period of time, but you're going to be able to have guests in January. Why can't you sell January now? Why can't you sell next Valentine's Day, next summer? You could be actively selling that. We are coming back.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And, you've got to keep everything ticking, because if you don't, it goes rusty, right? It is going to be a matter that, if you're not keeping your pages dynamic, then SEO loses SEO loses its power. If you're not keeping your prices up to date, then you're not going to be shown in any of the search results when people are looking. If they find your hotel and they love your hotel, they want to stay at your hotel. They don't want to be trying to find an alternative. And, we all have our wish list. And at this point, there's nothing more we're doing right now than thinking about our wish list. No, we can't get there, but we're looking at that wish list. And as you said, if you're able to keep those communication channels open, make yourself available, then you're going to have that greater success when the bookings do start working.
Yeah, there's so many good pop-ups that we've seen. We are closed. We'll see you again soon. but I've yet to see one that says when they're open from on that message. It's a very quick text changed in your CMS system to say when you're booking. One of the functionalities that Profitroom has, which so many other doesn't, is that if you search for a date that's not available, it shows you the next available date, like an OTA would. So, you know, it's making sure that if the customer comes onto your website, they know when they can book from, and they know that your cancellation policy. That's why the Hilton one was quite good yesterday. But obviously, you know, it's a massive company. But we can learn from the big boys.
Absolutely. And the technologies are there for independent and small group and medium-sized properties now. They don't have to develop them themselves, and they can find providers whose technology talks to one another so that the data is shared, so that makes it more automated. So actually, you don't have to worry about changing every single channel. All the channels are done for you, and it responds to the pricing or the availability or the market at that particular point. So yeah, as you say, it's definitely worth reading up on what you can do with the technology at this point to make your digital marketing perform for your product.
Yeah, and you know, this is a little bit behind, but it is still happening. Is checking what your automated messages are doing. I had a friend that received a email from a local hotel that said, "Happy birthday! Bring this email to the bar today, and you'll get a free drink." It's like, that would be interesting.
Yeah. I think it was Late Rooms or something was still sending out emails to me in the first few weeks of the lockdown about booking my Easter holiday, and I was like, well, that's obviously not going to happen. So there are some big boo-boos if you're not careful.
Yeah, I've seen restaurants that you can still book a table for today.
Oh, if only they could. Right. So today we've looked at the role of OTAs and how that might change. We've explored how hotels can prepare themselves and improve their digital performance to be ready for their bookings coming in, and just to make sure you take your revenue managers off furlough and get their pricing and bookings working for your hotel. Well, Angelene, thank you very much for joining us today. Where is your first holiday destination going to be?
Wow, I have a big family holiday booked for the 28th of June to Portugal.
Fingers crossed for you. I really hope that you're able to fly over there. I'm hoping to get to Spain. The sooner the better. Unfortunately, I've potentially been told that they might not open their borders until the end of July, but it's all hearsay, right? So we've just got to sit tight.
I've heard that flights will start on the 17th of June, so it is all hearsay.
Okay, well, I will try to forget about that and just live every day as it comes, as we're meant to right now. Thank you, Angie. Take care of yourself and the team.
Bye-bye.
Well, that is Travel Market Life, where we have been looking at the digital performance for hotels, but think about it from travel agents and different types of other products that you're providing. Maybe even look at how you can find partners that you can work with to expand the type of product that you're providing. Look at ancillary revenues. Look at how you can help your community also bring the tourists when we're able to come out of lockdown to start spending in our local regions. After all, staycations is going to be something that we're going to be forced to do until the flights start opening up. This is Travel Market Life. Wait out for our upcoming episodes. You can find them all on travelmarket.life. I'm Ryan Haynes. I've been your host. Speak to you very soon.